Wanted to do a quick update on my overseed project out here. I'm not real good at remembering to take the videos and the pictures that I need to take for the befores and the afters, but I had a lot of bare spots. I did a lot of work with putting down topsoil in a lot of low spots, so there's a lot of spots that haven't come in very well, but overall it looks a lot better than it did. These bare spots here were low, or very low, and they're coming in slow. I've tenacity'd this entire backyard, especially the bare spots here, because I didn't want weeds to come in while the grass was trying to grow. They're still fighting to come in, but tenacity's doing a fair job of dealing with it. There's some spots that I need to hit. Like whatever this, I don't know what I'm looking at, whatever this is. Let's see, focus. Yeah. Whatever that is, I don't know. Get the autofocus. There we go. I guess I have to do it manually. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Figure it out. And hopefully it'll be able to deal with it. But it's coming in real nice. Now, maybe someone can help me with this. What is that? What am I looking at there? I don't have the foggiest idea what that is. I've just noticed it as I've come out here. The grass is so tall right now. It's hit it pretty good from seeing the yard from the house. These areas out here are really, really low. And when they get a heavy rain, water just kind of stands in these two big gullies right here. So the grass took a little time to start coming in those areas, but it is starting to come in. All the brown spots, those are all dead weeds. So the backyard's really responded well to the overseeding and the work that I did. It was a lot of work to get it to this point. I mean, this backyard was so full of weeds that I could only mow half of it, and then I had to stop mowing and scrape the bottom of the deck of the mower to clear it out so that it could get airflow again and do what it's supposed to do, because it was so full of weeds, and the weeds were so thick, and they would just gum up the bottom of the mower really, really bad. So virtually all of those weeds, except for the ones that we just saw, are gone. I bought a machine called a Earthquake brand. It's basically just a mini cultivator, but it also came with dethatching attachments to go on it. It's a little 43cc two-stroke gas engine. Earthquake MC 43 is what it's called, mini cultivator 43. Anyway, it has dethatcher attachments on it, so I dethatched this entire backyard. I dethatched the entire yard, but this backyard was the worst with the weeds and stuff. So I dethatched the whole thing. That was a lot of work. I took an age. Well, that ripped a lot of the viney, I guess they're called ground ivy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I'm looking at. I have different types of grass. I put out Tractor Supply Company brand Ultra Premium Tall Fescue is what it was called. And so I can see a lot of the tall fescue, but I can also see that I have other kinds of grass out here too. I can't tell you what it is. I'm guessing it's either some kind of fescue or maybe Kentucky bluegrass, I'm sure, because that's one of the most popular brands, or that's one of the most popular breeds of grass in this part of the country, especially southeastern Indiana. But yeah, this is all brand new grass seed that's come in over the last few weeks, and it's really tall and really taking off over here. This backyard holds water really bad. So if it rains a lot, if we get a big heavy rain, you can probably see how uneven it is. It's nothing but hills and valleys in this backyard, so a lot of areas hold water. Like those two big gullies out there, they hold water bad. So that grass seed out there, I put probably 1,000 pounds of topsoil out there just to raise it up as far as it is, and it isn't anywhere near as high as it needs to be. You can see the difference between this and the neighbor's grass here, the neighbor's soil level there. And you can see that little wall there, how low it is. And that is after I put 1,000 pounds of dirt out here. So it needs another 3 or 4 tons of dirt laid out here to get it even close to being level. But I'm not going to be the one to do it, because this is just a rental. But I'm going to be here till October of 2019. I'm going to be here for another year, so I did want to get a good start on next year, because again, this year I've just began to get into lawn care and really started thinking about it heavily. And the first thing I did was bought a Honda lawnmower, a nice Honda lawnmower, top of the line. And once I did that, once I made the decision I was going to do that, I started researching it, and then I started to find all of the guys out here on YouTube, the lawn care community. I just really got into it. Now here's the front yard. Now it's pretty much weed free. I've tenacitied this twice, but the new grass seed is having a hard time taking hold. It didn't take hold anywhere near as well out front as it did in the back. We have some, but it just didn't. See, this is all whatever it is. I don't know what that is, but it's not Ultra Premium Tall Fescue. I know that. It just didn't take hold out front. And the only reason I can come up with this is because the entire front and sides are on a slant, so the water runs off instead of hanging in there. Whereas the backyard, the water just kind of hangs out and stays. So I've got sprinklers and everything, but the seed just didn't take hold out front. And other than basically tilling up the whole yard to get the seed to turn under, I don't know how to get it to take. I mean, it's pretty compacted, and I'm not going to aerate it. I'm not doing anything of the sort, because it's too much work and it's too expensive for it to not be my yard, for it to not be my lawn. I mean, I've got, when you consider the equipment and the chemicals and the fertilizers and stuff, I've got thousands of dollars invested in this lawn as it is, and it's not even mine, like I said. So I'm not going to put a bunch of extra work and time into it. This area right here, it was bare dirt. They had people who lived here before me had some silly looking pavers laid out there for whatever, in that little spot, for whatever reason, I don't know, but I pulled them up when I was doing the renovation back here. I pulled them up, and there was a bunch of bare dirt, so I laid the seed down out there. I went and got myself a garden weasel knockoff. It wasn't the garden weasel. I couldn't find that brand name around here, and I didn't feel like ordering it. So it was a Ames brand, but it does the same thing. Mini cultivator. I cultivated it, put the seed down, and I hit it with the tenacity. All these bare spots out here, I hit it with the tenacity. Well, I guess I hit this pretty tough because it's mostly still white and it's struggling to grow in. But that center spot is getting larger. That center green spot's getting larger, so that'll fill in real nice. But yeah, the grass has come in real nice back here. I mean, there's this big bare spot which it's filling in. It's just going slower, but it is filling in. So we're getting there. I love it. It looks good back here. The front yard, front and sides are not responding as well as I would have hoped they would.